They say looks can be deceiving. At first glance, I thought you were not much to look at. All icing, no cake, all steam, not much brew. But the night air sings of fulfilling ancient dreams. The moon whispers of tenderness for the smallest of them, for the unheard, the unseen. And as the sun breaks through our heroes' memories, your blinding smile hits my heart, like the warrior's blade, like Lapu-Lapu's spear. But the far seas beckon you. The memories on these walls try to soothe the pain of parting. I seek for your warmth, but only these sheets comfort me. My tears are salt water flowing to bridge the seas and islands that divide us. The stars listen to my sighs as I look for you in the skies. And now you're here. Our love blazes like the fire of our heroes' revolution. Our hearts entwined is such sweet victory, incomparable, like the journey of our people, like the richness of our culture.
Maayong hapon sa tanan, malipayong pagsaulog sa buwan sa mga kasing-kasing. Happy celebration of the month of love and month of hearts. So welcome to our event this afternoon. I am Agripina, your host. In this afternoon's hybrid event, Why Paglubad? Gifts of Love from the Past. And this afternoon, you will be able to know the stories behind these treasures from our golden past. And these treasures are items that you can offer as gifts to express a love that never fades. So, ang buot ipasabot sa Why Paglubad. So, Why Paglubad is a Cebuano word that means, sa kaninang Why Paglubad? It doesn't fade. Dili mulubad. It does not fade. So, we have these items at Pandras de Cebu Heritage Hotels gift shop, Sinugatan, gifts from Cebu. We also have these books from our bookshop, and also we have also these gifts from our Kapihan ni Lumaya that we would like to show you today. And we would also know this afternoon the stories behind these items. So this February 14, we would invite you to our event also at 3 o'clock in the afternoon. It is a very exciting event, and I know that many are already very, very excited, and many are looking forward to this event. There are so many already conversations about this event happening on February 14 at 3 p.m. It is a hybrid event entitled 𝐤𝐢𝐟𝐭𝐬, Restrictions of Physical Intimacies in the Spanish Occupation. So, of course, we see in that graphics we see the image um, of course, many people are discussing because they said that the image is very confusing. So, so you would see a goat's eyelash. So, could you use this as an eyelash extension? Dili pwede. Dili. So, dili pwede. So, this is a goat, pilok sa kanding in Bisaya. Kung sa Tagalog, unsa ni siya? Pilik mata ng kambing. Pilik mata ng kambing. So, pilok sa kanding. And this is a modern gadget. Maybe they used this in the past before the Spaniards came, but this this is still available today. And we would be showing this to you in our on-site exhibit, our red room that you would see if you would come here at Pangras, the Cebu Heritage Hotel, on the very exciting day of the V-Day, Valentine's Day. So also, you would see in that image a couple. So the girl is obviously, we are trying to portray her as a babaylan. So with tattoos, because of course the healers, the weavers, the women at that time had tattoos on their arms and on hands to give them power as they heal. And she's holding a very important gadget in her hand, showing you. Do you know what's that? Wala may nag-comment sa akong. So for those online, please write the hashtag why paglubad, or you can even also write the hashtag Valentine's Day or V Day, or you can also write the hashtag um, iyot o gubat as we anticipate, as we look forward to our event this Tuesday. So may we show that image again so that we can, if anyone can explain. So daghang salamat to Ferdinand Ascaraga for joining us on site with the hashtag VDay. So of course, so that image, so of course someone was commenting, would you be discussing tugbook during the so and then he said, I can see now that she's holding something in her hand. So stay tuned for what's in her hand. So it is uh it is the weapon of the men. It is the weapon. It is a weapon of the men. So of course to win the love of a girl. So it's a penis ring. It's a replica of a penis ring, and you would know more about that on Valentine's Day at 3 p.m. during our hybrid event, Iyot Uguba. So, of course, also we would have our resource persons on that day. We will have the vice president for academic affairs of Silliman University, one of the top schools, top universities in the Philippines, and he is also a historian, and he is a commissioner of the National Historical Commission of the Philippines. So we would be having with us Dr. 𝐟𝐚𝐝. And also on that day, we will also have another resource person. He is a health and gender and heritage advocate, a professor at the University of the Philippines, Cebu. So we will have Roxanne Duron. And of course, we would be showing you the items. So it would be good that he will be on site on that day to look, to take a look at the items. But if you cannot be in Cebu, we would also be showing you the items of the red room, the love making or the sex gadgets of the pre-colonial Visayans. And also we would also show you the images that portray the sex practices of ancient Visayans. So, are you excited? Excited na ba ang tanan? Excited na sila ang atong our on-site uh, audience here. The students from Talisay City College are excited to join us this February 14. Na may date sa February 14? Kamo na lang mag-date. Diri mo mag-date. Mangita pa. So, mangita pagka-date. Actually, I read a survey this morning that said 50% of those surveyed in the Philippines have failed love. I mean, they like someone, but the one who they like does not love them in return. It's unrequited love. 50%. Only 50% have kadate on Valentine's Day. So, do we belong? Do you belong to the 50%? 50% nga naay ka-date, 50% nga walay ka-date. 50-50. so so of course on that day also on February 14, after the very exciting event of Iyot Ugubat, we would also be having a Valentine event at night at Hardin Dagami at Pamgas de Cebu Heritage Hotel. And this is Gugma na Des. Gugma na Des Valentine event. Do we have it? Yes. So it's at Hardin Dagami. For those who are single, there is a game for you on that day. It is Find Your Match. So when you arrive, you would register if you are single. You would get your heart, which is only half because your heart is not yet whole. Kaya wala pa man kay ka-date. Wala pa kay match. You don't have a match yet. You would only get one half heart. So during the game, you would find the other half of your heart. So and then, so kisay mo daog ani, the first one to find their heart or do have questions? There is still a question and answer for those who found their hearts, and the one who would win would have unsay mahitabo ani a romantic dinner for two. So nanadayon kay ka-date. So so there are other games like unsa ni hugot line, complete the sentence, describe your ex in one word. Or unsa ni describe your crush, walay describe your crush kung walay ex. Or describe your uyab mo na ni current relationship in one word. Asa man sige, one word ko no, describe your ex. Now na mo ex. Na sige ikaw ko na Raven. Raven. One word. Sample lang ni. Describe your word in one. Describe your ex in one word. Answer. Mystery. Mystery kay ganon gibulagan ka. Mystery. Ikaw ko na, CJ. Describe your ex in one word. Cheater. The wow. So bad. Ikaw, Ferdinand, di ka ma-appeal aling game? Oh, napapha. Erase na di ay. So na-erase na. So these are the exciting events this coming Valentine's Day at Pamgas Cebu Heritage Hotel. And on February 28, you will have another event, a very yummy event, which is the Ikapitong Tuig sa Kapihan ni Lumaya. We will have um, very famous chefs in Cebu, culinary heritage chefs in Cebu, culinary heritage experts who would be joining us in this event celebrating the 7th year of Kapihan ni Lumaya because, of course, Kapihan ni Lumaya opened ahead of the grand opening of Pamgas the Cebu Heritage Hotel. So be with us again in this event. So daghang salamat to Ferdy Aparticio of Taguig City and Pateros for joining us in this event as a countdown to our February 14 event. So this afternoon we would know the stories about these items at our Sinugatan Gifts from Cebu. So as we say, these are treasures of our past, and these treasures, these are gifts from the past that never fades. So it never fades if we know the stories, it never fades if we know the meaning of these and what this means for our ancestors and what does this mean for us? What do these mean to us right now? So, so of course, we would also like you to know that if you would buy any item for 500 pesos and up, you would get a free tamis nga gugma cookie. Tamis nga gugma cookies. Nay usaan ra ani. Mailhan nga tamis nga gugma ni. So kanang so we have the tamis nga gugma cookies. Di ko kabot. So we have tamis nga gugma cookies. Um to as if you would get a tamis nga gugma cookies if you would avail of our gift items that we would show you this afternoon um, for those items worth 500 pesos and up. So, so we would also entertain questions from you if you want to ask questions about this. So first, we would like to show you these items that we have. These are courtship items. These are musical instruments of the indigenous peoples, and we found that in the past, our ancestors, our we would know from the accounts of Father Francisco Alcina. We would also read this in the Bachelor Codex. We would also read this from Pigafetta that our ancestors, our Visayan, our Cebuano ancestors were using these musical instruments in the past, and these are also being used right now still by the indigenous peoples in Mindanao. So first, we would like to show you a video regarding the kubing in Tibuli. It is kumbing. We usually know this as kubing, but in in the Tibuli in Lake Cebu, it is kumbing, and also the two-string lute higalong. So we would like to show you this video.
Kubing maker played the kubing after he made it. O pa ko kay Bao at na time ba nga na secret messages and ang kubing playing at that time I did not know yet. I'm sure he did not ask me to go to the river with him or to go to the lake. So according to our heritage consultants, if we want to know the arts and culture of pre-colonial Visayas or ancient Visayas, we just have to look at the way of life and the arts and culture of the indigenous communities in Mindanao right now. So Lake Cebu is the home of the ethnic group Tibuli. We were so amazed that they made serious efforts to preserve their indigenous crafts, their traditional loom weaving of tinalak, brass casting of jewelries and ornaments, and crafting of native instruments such as kumbing and higalong. We wanted to see how a kubing was made. So we were led to the outskirts of Lake Cebu and we found the kumbing maker in a house where the mother was also sewing a dress with native design. So the Tibulis kumbing is kumbing in Maranao. So in 1521, Chronicler Pigafetta, who was with Ferdinand Magellan, he referred to it as subing. Religious missionary Father Francisco Alcina described the subing as the musical instrument par excellence, as lovers would communicate secretly through playing the instrument. Dunay panahon nga giban ni siya sa usa ka ethnic community tungod kay ni-interfere siya sa mga arranged marriages nga gihimo sa mga elders.
Sanggungalo mare bel menatu dum se de felang lagi kem ga amele.
To Alcina, he said that the Visayans or the Bisaya are a joyful people. Comes from the word saya. They use musical instruments. They always sing. And when they express also their love, their affection for someone, they also use music.
Dabiri nun we ka dun gabiri nun we tu de gonam
The
ge mong
Tibuli
te la
Higalong
de
player,
de la
Elma,
de ka.
composed her song, drawing from her experience of falling in love when she was still 15 years old.
Dabiri
The
nun we
song
la
was
ma yu ko
filled with
we le du
longing
we le mi
for
le
the
du
object
we
of
du
her
du de la
affection,
ge
whom she
ge
describes
de
as
ka.
very good looking in all angles, and he has a pointed nose. And most of all, he is hardworking, a trait that is very important for the indigenous people. She wanted very much to be with Filinon.
Kung diri nun we. Yan.
Wala gid siya mahimo.
Hmm.
Kaya ang lalaki na asawa sa Filimon siya na bana.
Oh, kanta na lang hasta.
So, what have I learned from these heritage trips? I saw that indigenous peoples that are struggling in trying to continue the crafts. So they are wondering if the younger generation will be following their footsteps. So with the little things that we have done and the little things that we can do, we are looking at the whole community, especially the younger generation, to continue working together and supporting one another in promoting our heritage, in learning about our history, and to be proud of our roots.
Daghang salamat. Daghang salamat. A round of applause for that video. so, we have seen the kubing and the higalong. So it is in that video that the kubing or the subin or the kumbing, the jaw harp is a very old, it's an ancient musical instrument. So this actually is played with hand gestures also. So until today, this is being used by the by the indigenous peoples of Bukidnon and other indigenous communities, indigenous cultural communities, and so in our hybrid event last year, Huyup Kablit, music and courtship in ancient Visayas. And we also discussed, it was discussed also by our resource person, the museum curator of the Cagayan de Oro Museum. And he also immersed in the different cultural communities in Bukidnon. And he said there was a time that the playing of this kubing was banned by the elders because this would be used for lovers to have secret meetings in the river or in the forest. So they would be using this to communicate. So they use the music that they play through this musical instrument. So that's why there was a time that this was banned by the elders. So 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 we would like to also to show you that this is available at Pangras Sinugatan Gifts from Cebu, and this is just 110 pesos. And you would be able to get hold. And this is made by really that from Lake. This is made by our brother at Tibuli when we went there in 2019, and he even made some drawings. He was only using all actually charcoal in making this, in drawing this, um, this design in this, and he also made his version of Pangras in in the design. So this is so of course there is a tutorial on how to play this. Maybe is there a tutorial for this? You would find this. I guess you need to have a video of the tutorial of how to do this, but you would still find this online how to play the kubing. So this is 110 pesos. And we could also wrap the gifts for you. Do we have a sample? And we could also send this to wherever you are in the world. Have we sent this to anyone outside the Philippines? Not yet. Not yet. what items had we sent outside the Philippines? We have sent our books and the Visidora. Yes. So, and then we would like to show you our a student, our intern from the Talisay City College, Raven, uh, with the kubing. I mean the higalong. A boat lute, two-string boat lute. Can you hold it like you're playing? Yes, it's just like a guitar, but it's a two-string boat lute. So there are many kinds of lutes in the different indigenous cultural communities. And so of course it is also an ancient musical instrument used for courtship. So daghang salamat, Raven, for that. And so next, we would like to show you. So daghang salamat to Jose Pakirigan Binarao for joining. He is watching from the Bagumbayan National High School from Taguig City and Pateros. So daghang salamat for joining. And next, we would like to show you other Tibuli items. So you would see me now in in a in a necklace, in a Tibuli necklace with bells. So there are bells here, and also we would like to show you ako na lang di ay our bracelet from the Tibuli. So if you have seen that video, if you have seen that video, Nga Dog and Bundus Farah were making samples of the traditional jewelry making or traditional um, brass casting. And so this was actually made by Bundus Farah, and this bigger one is by Ngadog. So they gave it to me, and then so we also uh, we also would like to share with you that they are very concerned that about the younger generation who would be continuing their crafts. Now, of course, if we don't support them, and then we don't patronize their products, so there would be no reason for them to continue making their crafts. So that's why we make it a point to we have made it a point to bring their items here in Cebu as we recall, because these are items that are treasures of our past and would remind us of our golden past. So we have brass bracelets and even brass bells here at Pangras Sinugatan Gifts from Cebu. So the brass bracelets and the brass bells uh, costs are sold for 450 pesos. So we also have brass anklets. So do we have so this is an anklet. So of course these items have bells, and these items are considered by our ancestors not just as adornments, or they are not just mere jewelries, but then they were considered as treasures, so they become the gold are used to exchange goods, and aside from that, they were considered as amulets. So the bells would actually ward off evils. So I also wearing right now. May you show them my belt? So I am also wearing right now a Tivoli belt with bells. So there is a version of this. Can you please? So so this is with bells. So did you know that when uh, Miss Universe Katrina Gray was competing for the Miss Universe, she was wearing a Tivoli belt, but those were all brass. There were no beads like this. So it was there were beads, but it was mostly brass and more expensive. So this this Tibuli belt is also available at Palmgrass Sinugatan Gifts from Cebu. So can you hear the bells? Wala, di ba dugan? So wala na yung evil diri. So wala na yung evil in this hall. The evils have kuan, nilayas na ang mga evil in this hall because of my bells. So so we would also like to sh- to show you the Tibuli earrings. So do we have earrings? So we have also the Tibulu earrings made of I mean beads. So asa naman? Wala diri. Kini, this is the beads anklet. Muni anklet nga beads, no? And this is more not so expensive. This is just how much is this? So this is 350 pesos. And then we also have a beads bracelet. So ang beads bracelet is only 159 pesos. So we have the beads bracelet. So this is the busok ni. This is actually a bracelet from the Tibuli made of these seeds from a shrub growing in from the busok shrub growing in Lake Cebu. So this is just 100 150 159 pesos. And we also have not a bracelet nga beads wala dire. So anyway, the beads bracelet and the beads anklet look the same. And so we have the beads bracelet beads so okay rin na it's the so we have the beads bracelet so with bells. So this is the beads bracelet with bells. Beads anklet with bells, which is how much is this? Beads anklet. And this, I thought this is the one, 350. Money and 350. Lahi ni siya. It's different. So if you want to know more about this, you send us a message. Is this already available at our shop? We have posted this in the shop. Not yet. Not this is available at the shop, but we still have to post it at our Facebook shop. so so uh so we would like to show you that we have right now also at our so the tibuli. So you have seen the colors of the tibuli. The traditional colors are black or brown, red and white. So for the tibuli, the red color symbolizes the bravery of the tibuli warriors, and also the the black or brown represents the earth, and the white represents the Fudalo or the Abaca spirit that gives them dreams of what designs to weave in their tinalak, in the traditional fabric, which is the tinalak, woven by with the traditional looms of the Tibuli. So so now we would like to show you our beautiful student intern from the Talisay City College, showcasing uh, our indigenous communities traditional dress from and the traditional dress of the colors of the Talaandig cultural community, and she is also wearing the accessories of the Higaunon cultural community in Bukidnon. So we would like to show you CJ with so CJ is maybe show her up closer. So we have CJ here. So CJ in a this she is wearing a dress with also the traditional colors and design of the Talaandig. It is an indigenous cultural community in Bukidnon. And this dress is available at Pangras Sinugatan Gifts from Cebu. How much is that dress? So so she is wearing that dress, and it is actually we pinned it at the back because this is a medium sized dress and CJ is small, so it's pinned at the back. So if you want to order, you can also order from us. And she is also it's 1,100. 1,190. It's 1,190 pesos. Can you turn around? So, so, anak kilid ra, kilid. Oh, so, and then so that's so actually the meaning for the tibuli and I mean for the it's a different they have different meaning for the black and also for the white. So for the tibuli, it means the black or is it symbolizes the earth. But for the higaunan and the talaandig, the white symbolizes wisdom of the indigenous peoples, community leaders, and also black red also represents the bravery of the warriors and the leaders of the community. So it's the same, but the black for them represents the dark spirits that need also to be recognized. So for the indigenous communities in Bukidnon, the dark spirits are not meant to be ignored, but they have to be recognized. And there are also offerings given to them to appease them so that di sila manghilabot. So they will not cause harm. So the Talaandig, the Higaunon, all believe in the spirits in nature that guard nature. So we have also the Higaunon headdress. May you move so di na siya makitaan. So that's the higaonon headdress. It's usually worn by the bae, the woman leader of the community. And but it's okay that you would wear them to give honor also to give tribute to our higaonon brothers and sisters. And she is also wearing the 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 necklace, the higaonon necklace. So higaonon actually comes from the word gaon, which means dry land. So usually also the other communities are named after the rivers or the bodies of water where they live, where they they at the riverside or other places with the bodies of water. So for the higaonon, so that's can you move closer for the necklace? Yes. We have so we have we have the necklace. So it's it has also the higaonon as the color yellow. So this symbolizes the tribes being the communities being a child of the sun. So they also adore and they also revere the sun. So this is the yellow symbolizes the sun, being the eye of the sun. So that's the higaonon uh, headdress, the higaonon headdress, and the higaonon necklace. And she also wears the higaonon um, earrings. So, layo ra. So, di na makitaan. So ana siya. So, she has a headdress and a necklace. So, may you show me? So, so this is, so these are the necklace. So there are actually, um, paired by the necklace and the earrings have pairs, and also the headdress. They have matching colors also. So you could buy all three with the necklace, the headdress, and the earrings. So these are the higaon. So we would like to show you now a video of a sample, like the the higaonon has this binay, a dance, a binaylan dance, a dance of healers. So in the past also for the Visayas, our healers are called babay. Our ancient healers are called babaylan. And in Bukidnon, they still have Bailan, the healer. So there is a dance of healers, and we shot this dance. So we would like to show you an example with no music. Actually, they don't have music. They are just accompanied by the stamping of their feet as they dance. So this is the Binaylan dance. So that's the dance. So it is they are doing that at the beside the waterfall. So whenever there is a ritual, so they would if there is a ritual for the sick or other rituals that they do. So there are so many rituals that they do. For example, if they build a house, and if there is someone who gets sick, and if also for getting married, and also for the dead. So there are so many rituals for made by the indigenous peoples communities, just like how our ancestors had rituals before the Spaniards came. So so those are the the some items from our Sinugatan gifts from Cebu. So if you want to ask questions, you could also type your question at our Palmgrass, the Cebu Heritage Hotel Facebook Live event. Katulgo na mo? Wala pa? So we have this question from Ferdy Aparticio. Is that belt also considered as fertility belt? According from our professor at the Philippine Normal University. So so thank you, Ferdy, for sharing this knowledge. We don't know yet about that. So thank you for this information that the belt is also a fertility belt. so so we have also um, from a comment from Anna Suzanne Manalili saying, "Blessed afternoon, watching from Captain H. Francisco Elementary School, SDO Tapak." Daghang salamat, Anna, for joining us. And also we have Mark Anthony Calan from Senator Renato Compañero Cayetano Memorial Science and Technology High School. And we have Chona Cruz. Good afternoon, watching from General Ricardo Papa Senior Memorial High School, Taguig City and Patero. So Ferdy says mine plus Tibuli brass bell. So we don't know which one is this. So so Tibuli brass bell. Add this one. So sunny ice cream. So this is to ward off the evils. So, so you have heard the bell. So this has also a design of a tibuli with he's just sitting. So is he? This is a chief with a dato with a headscarf also. So this is the brass the brass bell. So so we would take a break from sharing about our items at Sinugatan Gifts from Cebu. We have intermission of books that you could also give as gifts during the Hearts Day, the Valentine's Day. And these are books with love poems and some poems that the one you love may also love. You would express your love through these poems. So we would like to show you one book. This is Pansit Poetry. This is by a lady, a woman author. She was formerly the president of the Writers Organization in Cebu. This is by Carla Kim Sing, Pansit Poetry. I would like to read to you one poem, one poem from her book, Pansit Poetry. So there are poems with translation, but there are also poems with no English translation. So I would like to read to you this poem, which has an English translation. So, Carla can write in Cebuano, in Hiligaynon, and she can also write in English. So I would like to read to you one of her poems, the very short poem, Pagampo sa dagat sa kahaponon. O adlaw nga madasigon, sigai kining ngit-ngit kong panapton, ug tunawa ang tugnaw sa mga balod aron musinaw ang mga perlas sa nagduyan kong dughan. O adlaw nga madasigon, ilubong sa akong kinalawman nga lawod ang nagdilaab mong sidlak. Kinsay nakasabot? so so the English version of that poem. The sea's prayer at dusk. O mighty sun, set fire to my darkened cloth, and warm these cold waves until the pearls on my cradling bosom shimmer. O mighty sun, into my deepest ocean plunge your fairy ray. Nindot kaayo nga balak is a very beautiful poem. How do you plunge into her ocean? So, and she, oh mighty sun, ilubong sa akong kinalawman nga lawod ang nagdilaab mong sidlak. Daghang salamat, Carla, for this beautiful book of poetry. And so this 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 book is just 310 pesos, and this is available at Palmgrass Basahanan Bookshop and Mini Library. So this is 310 pesos. So from Carla Kim Sing. And we would also like to show you two more books. So this book is The Winter Lady. This is for the women who loves. This is for the women who love those men in the snowy areas, and because of their love, napapha ilang love. So when their love has this has actually many chapters, like when the love blossomed and they were in love, and then later when they parted. So when they already broke up, the ladies became winter ladies because their hearts became very cold, because the one they love is not the one they love is no longer with them. So they become winter ladies. And this is also a very beautiful book of poetry. And this is by Malu Bubu Aloro. She was our resource person. She is from the Population Commission, and she is also from Women of Literary Arts in Cebu. She was our consultant in our Abtik Paskilat play when we had, because she also loves our hero Leon Kilat. So this is one of her poems, and all the poems here are in English. So I would like to read to you one poem entitled I Have Found You. It is amazing how one person can mean everything to you. everything you've ever wanted, the only thing that is true. You make me smile with the tears in my eyes. You have set me free to soar in my love for you. I see you now as you've never been seen before. True beauty inside, no secrets will we hide. Your warm embrace will keep my spirits high. I will always carry you deep inside my heart. So daghang salamat to Malo Bobo Aloro for this book of poetry. And there are also sensual poems here that I have not read. So that poem I read is a love poem. There are also sensual poems here. So this is just 350 pesos by Malo Bobo Aloro, The Winter Lady. So the last point book of poetry right now that I would show you, we will also show you more books in a while. So this is from a professor of University of the Philippines, Cebu, who was in Cagayan de Oro, Xavier Ateneo de Cagayan. So he came to Cebu. I don't know if I'm not sure if I'm right, but because the one he loves is in Cebu, so he flew to Cebu and became a professor in Cebu when before he was in Ateneo de Cagayan. So this book of he was one of our panelists in our event last year. Ulipon sa Gugmang Giatay. So they represented she and J. Marie Magdadaro, another poet, and also an instructor at UP Cebu. They represented the lovers who are in love, poets who are lovers and who are in love. And so his book of poetry is entitled Basa, Basa. Basa is wet, Basa is read. So I always say when you read this, you get wet with tears. I don't know. So when you read this, you get wet. So I would like to maybe you would get wet with tears or something else. So so I would like to read to you one poem. It's in Bisaya, Hong. So Hong is a Bisaya word for whisper. Is this the careless whisper? So Hong. Buot unta, buot ko unta ihunghong, unsay nalakra sa imong mata. Taliwala sa sanga, gatulo ang yamog sa hubag nga bunga. Buot ko unta ihunghong, unsay nalakra sa imong mata. Apan ako, mikasikas dihang ikaw, nihunghong. Wala ka, lisod ko ayo in English lesson. So it's very hard to translate it into English, but I would like to give a rough translation, but I'm not sure if this would be accurate. Whisper. I wanted to whisper what I see in your eyes. What I see in your eyes. Amidst the branches, the dew drops to the swollen fruit. I wanted to whisper what is imprinted in your eyes. But then I made a noise when you whispered. Wala. Kasabot ba to? So, so what siya? The poem, one of the poems in the book of poetry by Tonda Pusala, Basa Basa. So, that poem is Whisper. So do we have comments? So we have what's the name? Beam of light. Beam of light is huh? The ray that pierces is the ray of light. So, and then also Ferdy says, I will exhibit purchased materials in our depth ed NCR Local History Exhibit come June 2023. Daghang salamat, Ferdy. So they are giving you an applause for for supporting our indigenous peoples with their crafts. So of course, we don't want their crafts to vanish, to disappear, and we want the younger generation to know about our past through these crafts. And so we have also mine plus 3 pieces Tibuli necklace being worn by Miss A, Mom A. So we have also different actually designs of this, different versions of this necklace. So daghang salamat. So now we would like to show you also that we have also some fabric from Mindanao, the malong. So we would like our intern to show that. So now the other one. So wala. So ako lang di ay. So kini di ay. So we have this fabric. This is the malong, like a. So we have a malong from Mindanao. So this is from the Muslims in Mindanao. So this is the malong that is available at Palmgrass. So we have this is this is the malong, and this is there are many designs also of this malong, and this is 450 pesos. So and then we would also like to show you our bathrobe that is being used by batik bathrobe that is being used at our Alima native massage, and this was also sewn by made by our Muslim sister in Mindanao. So it's when you go to Alima native massage, you would be wearing that. So that's CJ showing you. So this is also available at Palmgrass Sinugatan Gifts from Cebu. So this is 550 pesos. It is Taiko no. Oh. Yes. So CJ looks very good in 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 the koan, in the batik bathrobe. Oh. So daghang salamat CJ. So that's 550 pesos. And also, we would also like you to know that in the Visayas, we have this um and in Mindanao, in the Visayas and Mindanao, we have ancient jewelries also. And we have made replicas. We have a heritage advocate making replicas of our heritage our ancient jewelries like the Patanaw earrings. So may we have our from La Liga Generales, La Liga reenactors, La Liga Cebu reenactors. They usually wear. So right now he is not wearing uh, general's attire. Or are you wearing something indigenous? Wala. So we have Ferdinand
Hello.
Ascaraga who maybe have him. Yes. So if you would
Hello.
see me, pwede na ko is paduol sad ko. Kaya I would show them my kuan. So pwede i-move si Ferdinand. So right now I am wearing the Patanaw earring. So this is the traditional, the ancient jewelry of the Visayan women. So si Ferdinand was the one who made the replica of the Patanaw earring. So Ferdinand, please tell us how you were able to do that.
Mayong adlaw sa tanan. My name is Ferdinand. Um, with regards to the Patanaw earring, no, it was more of an experimental experience because when I first saw original Patanaw at the Ayala Museum, it's we cannot touch the Patanaw. We can only see it. We can only tanaw the Patanaw. So for me to be able to experience both the tangible and the intangible side of the Patanaw, it was what we call this, and what I as what I've said earlier, an experimental portrayal of recreating a patanaw so that we can physically experience how it feels when you're holding a patanaw, how the wearer will showcase the patanaw, and with regards to its intangible side, as what they called it, patanaw meaning to draw attention to the wearer. That's how the intangible side enters. I mean, it's something that we need to appreciate the historical side of why it was called the patanaw and the significance of this object, because these objects are only found within the Visayan community as well as in some parts of northern Mindanao. So it's really more of a regional artifact, and it is one way of continuing the legacy. With Miss A wearing the patanaw earring, it's showcasing the beauty of the Visayan in a modern setting. So I think that should be my
So
explanation for
we
the
would like to
patanaw.
ask you, what are the materials when you use this? How many hours do you craft one set, like one set of earrings? How many hours, and what are the materials used for this?
What I used to make a patanaw is a brass sheet, um, gold plated with it's a 24 karat gold plated, and then normally when I create one, it will take somewhere between 8 to 10 hours to fashion a pair of a patanaw earring.
Okay. So daghang salamat, Ferdinand, for your hard work and passion in making these ancient items become available today for us and for the younger generation, so that they would know our golden treasures, the gold jewelries of our ancestors. So these are also actually also amulets. So daghang salamat, Ferdinand. So I would also like you to know that whenever I wear the patalao earrings in heritage events or in some events, we would always sell, if not one. So we have sold out our patalao earrings at Sinugatan Gifts from Cebu. As of yesterday, we have um, uh, journalist, New York-based journalist who bought it, the last pair yesterday, but luckily today, so we are very happy that we have replenished our our display of the Patanaw earrings at Sinugatan Gifts from Cebu. So we always say you proudly wear your heritage. So through these heritage items that we also have at our gift shop. So so now we would like to show you the also another heritage item which is available um, at Palmgrass Sinugatan Gifts from Cebu. So we would know that in the past, so if you would read Father Francisco Alcina, he said that he said something about the salt that was used, how the Visayans ate in the past. So whenever the Visayans would eat, there are meal times that would last 4 to 5 hours. Even in 1521, when Magellan came to Cebu, Pigafetta described how Visayans would eat. So Father Francisco Alcina was in the 1600s already, and he recorded what he saw, how the Visayans ate. And of course, he mentioned about there were no salt cellars. There were no salt granules at that time. So they have this salt, which is a solid salt, which is the size of a fist. So this is the asin tibuok. So this is a heritage salt. So but you can also still use this. So this is still being made by our brothers and sisters in Bohol. So they are pottery makers also. They made this clay pot. And they got this water from the middle of the sea, and it takes more than months to process one ball of salt. So they would this is called asin tibuok, or a whole salt, or they would say ocean salt. So so the Visayans did not put salt while they are cooking. So they would put salt while they are eating. So they would break a part of it and dip it into the soup or into the food, and each one seasoning it according to one's taste. And everyone uses these pieces of salt to season their food. So they add a few or many of the fragrant and aromatic herbs such as ginger, tanglar or lemongrass, so and others. So their manner of eating is they were usually eating leisurely and prolong it purposely. So aside from chewing very slowly, they converse a great deal while they eat. So their manner of eating was very healthy. So they must have chewed it so many times, like 50 times and 100 times before swallowing it. Just like how nutritionists would say that the food should be mixed well with the saliva for the person, for your body to absorb all the nutrients. So we have seen that our ancestors ate they had the method of eating which is healthy. So this says the heritage salt asin tibuok. And this is available at Palmgrass Sinugatan Gifts from Cebu. And this is, how much is this? And this is 1,300 pesos. And we also display this later at our um, gallery on history. So this is the heritage salt, that is the salt, how our ancestors would eat their food, not mixing the salt during cooking, but they would get pieces of this and mix it with their food or soup while they're eating already. So, daghang salamat for the people of Bohol who are still making this traditional salt, or the salt of the ancient Visayas. So we would like to recognize that my teacher who is here, my great teacher. So so we would know later if she would grade us with a cinco. So she was our great teacher in college. So whenever we have an event, or like a program, like a broadcast event, we would really not be allowed to be late for 1 second, or to go over time for 1 second, else you will have cinco as your grade. You will fail. And then I also remember, so this is now a tribute to my teacher. So I also remember that whenever we would have content, we would create content in our projects, in our broadcasting projects. If you would have content which is related to development, which is which concerns the community, we would always have high grades. So so when people would ask me what is my course, and then if they would ask if I am a historian, and then I would say I have history teachers in college who were very passionate in teaching us history. And I forgot, I just remember now that you would also blame my teacher, Madame Flordeles Abanto, for giving us, for infecting us, their students, of the passion of really making content about what concerns the community and what concerns society. So would you like to see my beautiful and, and very intelligent, so grabe gyud. So we were in awe of her in college. So she was she was our really measure of how a broadcast person should be, a broadcast journalist should be. So it's Madame Abanto. So actually, they were some, like, even our friends from the media, like from DY, from the FM station, when they would see our events with really the complete setup with cameras and and they would ask us, "Why do you do this?" We learn from our teacher. so, so of course we also learn from our classmate, a student of Kuan, who we learned from. He actually trained the staff on how to do events and also how to shoot, how to light during events. So daghang salamat to our on-site audience right now. We usually have this only online. So right now we have on-site audience, my teacher and the others. so so now we would like also to show you this heritage item that we have, and also this is still being used. So this, according also to our practitioners in our native martial arts, arnis is an ancient martial arts in Cebu. So, do we have the video of arnis? So we have a video of arnis, and later we would show you our arnis items here at Palmgrass, the Cebu Heritage Hotel. So we went actually to our arnis grandmasters who showed us how to do arnis. So we would like to show you this video.
Hi mga alagan! Welcome to your official guide to Cebu's history, culture, and heritage. I'm Chris, and I'm taking you to a historic and gastronomic adventure here in Cebu. Andam-dama mo? Tara, suruyon tang karang San Nicolas! 𝐥𝐸 is one of the oldest arnis clubs here in Cebu, which is located here at C. Padilla Street, formerly part of the old San Nicolas.
Grandmaster John Mac, anong kinahanglan mang gihapon ta magtuon og arnis nga na may pusit?
Ehersisyo. Dili man tungod kay nagsigitag pangita og kumbate, ang atong gi-preserve ang atong Filipino martial arts nga bisis sa atong kaugalingon nga martial arts.
Tinuod ba nga inyo ba nagikopya kang Bruce Lee kaning arnis?
Dili tinuod kasi Bruce Lee siya may nagtuon sa atua. Eh atong gisubay ani nga kuan nga sa istorya pa ang panahon nilang lapu-lapu.
Tinuod dyan makamatay po dyan.
Daghang salamat for that fun video, and that is created by our partner in our Heritage Awareness Program for Social Communications Asia and my classmate higher year in college, Prospero Lapot, a student of Madam Abanto. Daghang salamat. And also that student also that was also doing the moderating, or the one who interviewed the arnis practitioner, was also a mass comm student of the University of the Philippines, Cebu, in 2018. Yes, it's 2018. So daghang salamat to Chris. So we would like to show you our Talisay City College students here, our interns also, showing us the arnis. So we have CJ and Raven doing the arnis. Can you show the basic strokes now of arnis? Can you do the basic strokes? So can you sparring? Can you do it, the two of you? Yes. So those are the basic strokes of arnis. So we have CJ and Raven showing us. So it is part of their physical education class. So the arnis sticks are available at Palmgrass Sinugatan Gifts from Cebu for 115 pesos. So you would also can give this as a gift to symbolize how you fight for love. So for love of country and for the one you love. So we have CJ and thank you CJ and Raven. And we have also other arnis items. So this is, what's the arnis item? This is the padded stick. So this is the padded stick. Pila ni siya? How much is this? Pila ni? 200. So we have also CJ and may you show your yes. So we have CJ also with the padded arnis stick, which is 245 per piece per stick. So aside from the padded, so we have also the wooden daggers also used in arnis. So yes. So see, that's Raven showing you how to pose with the with the with the wooden daggers used in arnis. Because according also to the grandmasters in the past, arnis was the martial arts using bladed weapons. But later it evolved that they used already wood, rattan or sticks. So, daghang salamat for that. So, now we would like to show you these books that you can also give as gifts. But before that, we would like to recognize also in our Facebook Live event, we have Ferdy Aparticio saying mine for 2 pairs of patanaw earrings. For this heritage earrings, replica of the ancient earrings of the Visayas, and 2 pairs, and also um, mine 1 order of heritage salt from Ferdy also, and Marvin from CP GRPMHS High School SDO Taguig City and Pateros says maagandang hapon. Maayong hapon, Marvin, and we have also Ruel saying good afternoon from General Ricardo Papa Memorial High School is SDO Tapat. And also, Ferdy Aparticio says, kindly greet our friends in the municipality of Pateros as they celebrate the feast of Santa Martha, their patron saint, tomorrow. Happy Fiesta to our friends in the municipality of Pateros for celebrating happy celebration, happy Fiesta of Santa Martha. And then also, Marzi Anhareta says, magandang hapon from PDM-MHS. So I don't know what's PDM in MHS mean. So right now we would also show you these books also that you can also give as gifts in Valentine's Day and every day. So we have these books from our Cebuano authors, from our Cebuano poets, and you would like to read to you some excerpts or one of the poems in this book. So we have right now we have the first collection of the book by award-winning poet Adonis Dorado, dili tanang matagak, dili tanang matagak mahagbong, not all that drops falls. So we have this poem that I would like. So the most popular poem in this collection is the poem Balaki Kuday Samtang Gasakay Taghabal-habal. But then, because you have already heard that poem so many times, I would like to read to you another poem from this collection, the poem entitled Pagpanga. And the English translation of that is Love. So this is the poem. Kung duna kay panggaon, tigumon mo diha niya ang imong kaugalingon. Iakob mo ang imong palad diha sa iyang palad, susama sa pagtakom sa duha ka nabuwag nga kabhang sa kinhason. Hipuson mo tuod iyang pahiyom ug tutok, di ay aron iuli nga tibuok, pinaagi sa halok. Mahimong itugot mong isumok kaniya ngadto sa lasang sa iyang gibati ug hunahuna. Tungod sa utlanan niini, nasayod kang ang mga sulog sa busay sa iyang handumanan, kay misteryosong matigom nganha sa lawod sa imong dughan. Ug kini ang rason nganong may kamingaw ka nga masabtan diha sa anino sa nag-inusarang kahoy, nganong may kasika sa kabalaka nga mamukaw inigbukot sa kadlawon. Dihang malimungaw kanimo nga wa siya sa imong kiliran. Apan sa pagkaplag nga nahinanok ra di ay siya sa imong luyo. Gakson mo siya uban sa kalipay nga nasinati sa umang nga nakakaplag ug bag-o niyang bayanan. Walay pakpak diha. So, pakpak. Nakasabot po adto. So there is an English translation. So this is translated by also another award-winning poet, Merly Alunan. And this is the translation of Merly Alunan for that poem, Pabanga. It is love. So I don't know if I can read this. Wala ko mag-rehearse ha. I did not rehearse. So I could get 5 for this for not rehearsing because during our classes in our college days, even our rehearsal was graded. If you fail in rehearsal, you get 5. So I did not rehearse. So sorry na lang ko ani. Kasi love. If you love someone, put all of yourself in her. Press your palm over her palm, the way the two shells of a clam connect. Keep kindly all her smiles, her looks, that you may return them whole with your kisses. You could allow to be thrown into the jungle of her feelings and her mind because at their edges, you know there are whirlpools springing from her memories, which will gather mysteriously into the ocean of your heart. That's how you'll sense the huge sadness seeping from the shadows of that lone tree. Why bad dreams waken you as dawn wraps till the world. An omen warning you that she's no longer by your side. But when you discover her peacefully sleeping at your back, you'll embrace her with the joy of the hermit crab who has found for itself a new shelter. Oh, okay. Applause for Merly Alunan. So this is the poem, Dili Tanang Mahatagak Mahagbong. I remember also that my teacher made us uh, produce a radio show, verses and music. I got very high grade in the script. And also my talent for that, the one who read the poems was Roy Ho, the late Roy Ho, filmmaker. Roy Ho, who directed later uh who's that very popular actor? Kanang Judy Ann with ay tigulang na gyud ko kisa gani na kanang Piolo Pascual. Roy Ho, my talent in the verse and music, the one who read all the poems I wrote. I wrote the original poems for that radio show. So he became later already a filmmaker directing Piolo Pascual. so so this is the poem. This is the another poem. This is the second book of so that dili tanang matagak mahagbong by Adonis Dorado is 400 pesos. So we would also like you to know that we are good in speaking in Cebuano because my teacher purposely put in our program we cannot go to other subjects in mass communication without the Cebuano 100 elective. It is elective, but it is required. We should go through a Cebuano 100 class. Daghang salamat to my teacher. So we have also this book of poetry by a second book of poetry by Adonis. So we minugbo. So obviously it's shorts. So, shorts, pinugbo alang sa mugbo ug kalipay. Shorts for the short joyed. So, the poems here are very short. So, 1. This is the poem entitled, Halok Pinakatay. Ang kinatasan kinadugayan nga halok, mahitabo lamang sa balak, niining balaka. Balik-baliki kinigbasa ugma, sunod simana, sunod buwan, ug kung unsay atong nasugdan, wa gyud intawi pagkaukang. Kiss in long hand. So pinakatay ba? Do you know pinakatay? Pinakatay. Kiss in long hand. The longest, most lingering kiss can happen only in a poem. This poem, read and reread this again tomorrow, next week, next month, and what we joined will never part. Kaya, dili na mag-ukang. Naghawak ka, dili mag-ukang. So, that's, Binugbo is only 400 pesos. And we have another book. This is Lisay Sabugan, also by award-winning poet Adonis Dorado. This is Lisay Sabugan, as swelling in the loins. So, untranslated into English by Heidi and Emmy Palapar. So, Minugbo was also translated into English by Anthony Palapar. Anthony Quintanar. And this is translated into English by Heidi Palapar and Anthony Quintanar. So, we'll only read also one poem from this collection. And this is Tago-Tago. The poem is Tago-Tago. Tago-tago ta. Ikay tago, ako'y hago. Ikay hipos sa imong kaugalingon. Ako'y mangita sa muluhag nga kalag. 1, 2, 3. Basta baya ang sabot kung hisakpan, way siya gitay, way pya itay. Inigtiklo na ko nimo, luyuan ang dakong aparador, muhurar ka sa way purol. Wala, was lang kasabot. Hide and seek. Let's play hide and seek. You hide, I seek. You tuck yourself, I find the soul that fidgets. 1, 2, 3. Just as long as we agree that if I find you, no screaming, no squealing. If I catch you from behind the big cabinet, you'd surrender to the one with no pants. Oo, kasabutan to ba? Tago sila. Yung sila yung sarsulis. So, nanay meaning tingali, I don't know. So, and the last pa ni? Di pa. Second from the last book of poetry by Adonis Dorado is this, Pahinungod sa Dihing Tungdan. So, Lisay Sabugan is also 400 pesos. So, this is the Pahinungod sa Dihing Tungdan. So, Adonis won actually nomination for the National Book Awards in the US for this. So, this is, I would like to read to you one poem. So, this is visual poetry. It has also graphics. Baki naligsan, maayong pagkalata. Hala ka cute sa duha ka dancer. Bagong prototype sa X-45C. Spy plane sa Pentagon. Lyrical abstraction sa Vitruvian man. Lovers in lotus position. Charot. Sungayang yawa, upat ka buok na mata. Adyaw aho jaga sano. Napakasabuhol. Mapakasabuhol. So I will not translate that anymore because the translation is in the other side. And then for the last book of poetry, so this is the 5th book of poetry by Adonis. This is a book of humorous poems. And we have the title of the book is actually a tongue twister. Ang nakayatak kay nayatakan, ang nakakatay kay nakatayan. Kay nakakatay ang nayatakan, ang nakayatak kay nayatakan. So, because, of course, we had a discussion about the humorous poems, that the Visayan literature is very humorous and also sexually suggestive. So, you would see the viral songs, the viral poems, even the the to have to be suggestive. So we have but when we were having an event for this, we had a video of some staff at Palmgrass doing the tongue twister, ang nakayatak kay nayatakan. And we would like to show you.
Ang nakayata kay niyakatan. Ang nakakatay kay kay nakakatay ay nayatakan. Ang nakayata kay nakatan.
Ang nakayatak kay nayatakan, ang nakakatay kay nakatayan, kay nakakatay ang nayatakan, ang nakayatak kay nakatayan.
Ang nakayatak kay nayatakan, ang nakakatay kay nakatay kay nakatay ang nayatakan, ang nakayatak kay nakatayan.
So daring salamat for the staff at Palmgrass. So the first one is Joey, our food and beverage kapihan ni Lumaya supervisor. The second one is our Hardin Dagami team leader, Iris. So she got perfect in the tongue twister. And the last one is our former front desk executive, si Jen. So daghang salamat. So this is ang nakayatak kay nayatakan. So there are actually poems here about social issues and also some humorous poems and also love poems. So there is one poem that I would like to read. Hatsing. Ang kabang mikapakapa sa Brazil, magdala kuno sa Amerika og ipo-ipo. Og kanang huyab sa masuso sa Abril, inig Disyembre, usan na unya kabagyo. Hala, pugni ng cute mong hatsing, kay linugon unya akong kasing-kasing. Sneeze. A fluttering butterfly in Brazil, they say, would cause a tornado in America. And that yawn of an infant in April, come December, would be a hurricane. Geez, hold back your charming sneeze, for there might be an earthquake in my heart. So, mao na siya. So, those are all the poems. The book of poetry by Adonis Dorado, and ang nakayatak kay nayatakan is 460 pesos. So right now, we would now go back to the heritage items in Cebu. So in November 2020, I went to Argao and also it was the pandemic. But at that time, Argao is a town with heritage structures, and even it is in Argao that we would know the setting of this folk tale of Maria Cacao. So there are caves there that are said to be the caves where she lived, and also the mountain where she lived. Ang sa ganito nga bukid? Bukid sa nakalimutan. So according Maria Cacao, of course, is a fairy according to folklore and Encanto, who had cacao and she has a galleon. She would bring cacao to wherever to other parts of the world, and so of course we know that cacao was brought to our islands in the Mexico trade, Acapulco trade. So but then until today, the people, especially the women of Argao, still are able to weave traditionally the hablon. So right now, I am wearing a hablon fabric. So this comes from Argao, the women of Argao. So they actually sold this, and we got this last pandemic. So we sold a few items, but we have still a few items left. So hablon comes from the word habol or to weave. So these are weaving local fibers, but usually they use abaca, cotton in traditional looms. So we would like to show you a photo of the traditional looms. The women in Argao weaving through the traditional loom. So this is one of the are there other photos? So that's me. So that's actually the fabric that I'm wearing, no? So 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 that's yes. Wa pa mahalin day ni. Kay ang akong gitanaw at that time, this is still the one I'm using. Ay kay wala day kay ako na ding gitago. So I hid this, so it's not yet sold. So we would also like you to show you that not only the women can use this, but also the men. So we have Raven here, our student from the Talisay City College, and our intern. Oh, you match the wall. So it's you can have that as a shawl. So I'm using it as a as a oh, sige, isa rin ako, scarf for my tapis or basta. You can use it as a tapis. You can use it as an accent for your dress. So that's hablon. So you have see raven. Yes. So there are other items for our with hablon, using hablon, our traditional using the traditional loom, and these are woven by the women of Argao. So they also made this drawstring um, drawstring bag. So we also have CJ out the hablon fabric. Tagpila ganito, wala sa ako lista. So, it's 650. It's here. Nakasabaan ako badama ni wala magbasa sa akong script. Dayon, so we have CJ, I mean Raven using the hablon. So you get more handsome when you use a hablon. So side ko no si Raven. So side. So so we have CJ using the drawstring. It's also 650 pesos. So we can also wrap the gift for you, and we could also deliver it to wherever you are in Metro Cebu, and we could also ship it to you wherever you are in the world. So what are the other items na sold na? Ang pouch, sold na. So those are our remaining items. So we have other designs. So we have this also another color, the blue color, I mean the blue with some trim. So this is a smaller, this is cheaper. How much is this? So this is actually cheaper because it's smaller than the other one. This is also a scarf. So next we would like also to show you our indigenous people's scarf, the tubao. So it's also the one. So we have Raven again showing you how to tie the tubao. It's also handwoven. We also have tubao, which is not handwoven, which is cheaper, available at Sinugatan Gifts from Cebu. So that's tubao. It's 150 pesos. And next, we would like to show you, so can you give it as a gift? Dili di ay, according to the stories of our heroes, so there is this anting-anting which was worn by the manggugubot sa Sugbo. And this replica of the anting-anting, we traced it from the original. And so we have our Vestidora here. This is also worn by our security guard and bell person or bell attendant at Pamgras. So this is the Vestidora. Hala, wala na na yung effect kay you cannot touch a woman. according to Juan, according to the book by Emil Hostimbaste, according to this book, they believe that the person, I mean the warrior or the katipunero using the vestidora should not touch a woman, else the anting-anting will lose its effect. So why is woman very powerful, mga makasumpa o kuan? So we wonder about that story. But then you would see that when before our ancestors had tattoos on their bodies, the warriors had tattoos. Now they would adorn themselves with a vest. They believed like a bullet. They believe that it is like a bulletproof vest. That if you would wear it, you would not be. You would not be harmed even with bullets. So we have actually someone who have bought that and from the United States. We shipped it to the United States, and there are now we also have the La Liga Cebu reenactors who bought some items, and also Ferdinand was telling me that they sent 2 items of that in a museum in Luzon, in Calamba, because they want to show a replica of the Cebuano anting-anting. So this is actually, those are images of God, the religious symbols of God the Father, and there's also angels, cherubim, seraphim, and also bastardized Latin. So those are the religious symbols in that anting-anting. So we have shown you the Visidora. So now we would show you this book that you could also give as a gift. Leon Kilat, The Untold Story of the 1898 Cebu Revolution. And we also have so of course this book would tell us the story of the great love of our heroes for our country. So if you would give this as a gift, it would also symbolize your great love for the one whom you will give this book to. So, grabe nga pag-connect, no? So, so a symbol of love. So this is the book, Leon Kilat, The Untold Story of the 1898 Cebu Revolution. We also have another book published by Palmgrass, the by authored by Genesius C. It is the 2021 edition, A Short History of Cebu 1500s to 1890s, and the Anti-Spanish Revolution in Cebu. You can also give that as a gift. So we would like to now to also show you these items, the food items that we have, that also are heritage food items, because as we told you, we have Maria cacao in our folklore. And why do we have cacao right now? So we have this so the Spaniards brought the cacao to the Philippines in the 1670s. And so that's why we have these products. We have tablia, sikwati, and right now we have pastry at Pamgar sa Cebu Heritage Hotel made of the tablia. So our kusina, our kitchen, the of Kapihan ni Lumaya, processes the cacao into tablia. So we started doing that. So we have this tablia. So we also sell the tablia in a box. So this is pure tablia. Our kusina, our kitchen process this from the cacao. No additives. It's pure tablia. So you would taste our tablia cake. The tablia cake is bittersweet. It's yummy because of the pure tablia, and of course because our chefs cook the dishes, prepare the dishes with a very important ingredient, that is love. If there's no love, walay lami. If naay gugma, lami gyud. Pero so now we would like to show you this video, a 1-minute video of our tablia cake.
Maayong adlaw, I am Chef Rhea and I will be showing you how to cook local or Cebuano dishes.
Ako ang chocolate siya na kanang if ever man gani recommend ko sa mga broken hearted ya. Kani kan di ba mo? Okay kayo.
Salamat for that video. Also, actually, the script was made by our intern at the time from the UP Cebu Mascom, and also the video is created also by Prospero Lapot, Madam Abanto student, so my classmate. So we have this. So if broken-hearted ka, if you eat the tablia cake, you would be okay. Your heart will get healed. You will heal your broken heart with a tablia cake. Expectation versus reality. Try na to. so so um so there is a comment from Ferdy Aparticio saying that the one I asked what is the meaning of the initials of the school. It's President Gustado Macapagal High School. And Ferdy says thanks to Ma'am Margie for joining. Also, Lenny Alaro is watching from Taguig City. And Ferdy says, mine plus one book ang nakakatay nakataya nayatakan ang nak, ang nakayatak kay nayatakan. Sige. So Ferdy says, I love Argao. I'll be going back again if God permits. And Ferdinand Ascaraga says, Gugmang Kilat for the Ah. Ah. The Leon Kilat book matches the Gugmang Kilat. Yes. Gugma. Gugmang Kilat. So there is a song produced by Pamgrass, written by Agripina Me, and then also with music composed by a young musician, young composer, Jeff Escarda. It's Gugmang Kilat. It's reimagining Leon Kilat. What would have happened if a girl loved Leon Kilat? But of course, in that song, Leon Kilat only loves the country, and she ignored all the he ignored all the girls because he only loved the country. And the girl would ask him, "What if we two of us would be loving the country together?" So anyway, watch that video at the YouTube channel of Pamgrass the Cebu Heritage Hotel. Gugmang Kila. So we have our tablia cake, and we have also our tablia truffle balls. So we have 12 of these, and then this is the name of this is when you give this as a gift, it becomes usaka dosina nga gugma, 1 dozen of love. 1 dozen of love. Usaka dosina nga gugma. Tablia truffle balls, 1 dozen of love. Usaka dosina nga gugma. So we also have our tablia cake, and also you can also give the tablia cake with fresh flowers. So do we have the fresh flowers? So we have this package of, you can order the cake with flowers. So do we have the cake? So we have the flowers. So we have so we would show CJ, and I mean, is now the girl, the lucky girl, being gifted with cake and flowers. So for the lucky 50%, because according to surveys, only 50% have dates on Valentine's Day. 50% have no dates. That's the survey in a news article this morning. So sana all. So that's that grazing box. It's the grazing box with the bestseller pastry at Pamgrass the Cebu Heritage Hotel. Layo kaayo ang kuan. Layo kaayo siya, di makita. So that's the fresh flowers. So how much is that? How much is it? So 700 pesos for the cake, and add on for the fresh flowers. Oh, it's actually is the cake and the flowers 1,200? Is this correct? So you would just ask the front desk that you send a message to get the how much is it. So of course there is this popular song that says, I can buy myself flowers. I can, what's the song? So you can also buy yourself flowers and buy yourself cake at Proverbs del Cebu if you show your love for yourself. so so that's those are the flowers and the cake. So we also have dried flowers here. So and the dried flowers which can last until 2 years, 3 years. So it also, even if it's dried, it's not fresh, but then it also means something that the flowers will last. Purnacia is it dried flowers. So we have dried flowers here, and we have blue dried flowers. So maybe show the Raven. So Raven is now giving a gift of flowers to the love team. So, makilig gid ka sa tagaan kag flowers. Pero also, some would say, cake is enough. Or pwede sad kuno bugas. Or what tay baligya nga bugas dire. We have budol fight nga baligya. So, daghang salamat to. And what are the other things that you would like to show? So, so we have also the love tart, tamis nga gugma, love tart. Kini, ni siya. So this is the love tart. How much is this? So this is the love tart, shaped like a heart, and also the tamis nga gugma cookies. And if you would buy items 500 pesos and up, you will get a tamis nga gugma cookie. So this is the tamis nga gugma cookie. And this is the tamis nga gugma petit cake. This is free if you order a budol bahog-bahog set worth 500 pesos, 1,000 pesos and up. And also pamilya set meals. So you get a tamis nga gugma petit cake, a free tamis nga gugma petit cake with the set meals for the family or for your friends or for the one you love. So we also have a romantic dinner, right? And then at romantic dinner where you get also free wine and roses. So you just send us a message if you are interested. And then so for the last book of poetry that I would like to show you. This is from also a very popular poet in Cebu. And he is the idol of the poets that I already presented of the the poets of those books of poetry that I already showed to you. So we have the former ambassador to Bangladesh, Vicente Bush Bandillo, displaying his books of poetry here at Pamgas, the Cebu Heritage Hotel. So one of his oldest collection is Earth Alive, Moon Eternal by Vicente Bush Bandillo. And this is his first works have English, his first collections have English poems, but the other collections have already Cebuano poems because he is also an advocate of Cebuano literature and Cebuano poetry and Cebuano language. And I would like to read to you one of his poems here in Earth Alive, Moon Eternal. This was supposedly 600 pesos, but when I talked with him a few weeks ago, he said he can give it for 320 pesos. So one of the poems here. So cut flowers. When the house has fallen, like a city or the earth, I wring my hands brittle with secrets and rain. From a crack in the wall, the fragrant vine sprouts like a cloud. As I remain on my back in the silence where undergrowths first come to life, beyond the exhalations at the door and later, earlier, the sleep musty with moonlight, away from the unforgiving morning. Daghang salamat to Vicente Butch Bandillo for this book of poetry. He also has the book of departures, ang basahon sa mga pagikan. And this has a different language for Bangladesh. So this is I asked him because he actually told me that he didn't want to translate his poems into English. And I asked him why, and then why would he not translate into English? Because I have a hard time translating your poems impromptu into English when I read some excerpts of your poetry. So this has one poem with I would like to read one poem with an English translation, and this is entitled Damgo. Samtang nahinanok ako, luwan sa sakayan, nga nag-utaw-utaw sa lawod, inanay nga mituhop sa akong mga mata, ang nagkahanap nga mga bituon. The English for that is this: dream. While I slept on an open boat adrift in the ocean, slowly into my eyes seeped the fading stars. Maraming salamat again. So to Vicente Butch Bandillo, and this is another book of poetry, and ang musimos mismo, ang musimos mismo. So one of the poems here is this, entitled Daghang Napasmo. Sa ganyan ng Daghang Napasmo, many are starved ba na, or kanang they were hungry and were not able to eat a few hours, so napasmo sila. That's as a Cebuano word that has no exact translation into English. So, saan sa Tagalog ang napasmo? What is napasmo in nalipasan ng gutom? Nalipasan ng gutom. Daghang napasmo sa pasalig, sa pulang sanggot nga gitayan sa ihi sa mga putig itlog. This has an imagery that you may not know. This may be political, or this may be a love poem or a political poem. There are so many who got nalipasan sa gutom because of the promises of a red sickle, but trusted by the pea of the ones with white balls. Putig itlog, cowards. No, it's an idiomatic expression that means cowards. So you get starved with the promises of the cowards. So anyway, so ayaw gid mo pamili og mga talawan. So anyway, so this is another book of poetry by Vicente Butch Bandillo, Sanglitanan sa Kalipay ug Kasakit. Kalipay is joy, kasakit is pain. Joy, sanglitanan, or examples, or imagery of, or some examples, or I don't know, sanglitanan of sa kalipay ug kasakit. Kini di na ako i-translate into Bisaya in English. Kay lisod kaayo. Ang violin ni Alma, English, translate ay gihapon, the violin of Alma. Ang violin ni Alma buhat sa gugma. Kini iyang kuguson, unya ligis-ligison. Sa mga tudlong maabtik kini mo agik-ik, sa tumang kalipay kini mo talidhay. Apan usahay kini manghayhay. Ug sa kalit mo syagit sa tumang kasakit. Kay di ay nahituwando sa tumang pag-antos. Diin sa kapitos, mga kwerdas mihagtos. Diin sa kahapdos, ang dughan nagumos. So if you want the English translation for that, send me a message. So I would translate it for you. So it's a poem with about love and joy and pain. another book of poetry. It's also 320 pesos. Damgong Alimungaw is also 320 pesos. All the books by Vicente Bush Bandillo, he told me that those have the same prices. It's 320 pesos. Even the book which was priced at 600 before, it's now the same price, 325 pesos. Damgong Alimungaw, 2018. So this was launched in 2018, published in 2018. So if this is a short poem, maybe I would be able to read this. So nawala akong kuan live. So giunsa namo pag kini ba? Or kini lang shorter poem. Miampo ako. Gibuntog ang akong gahom. Gipukan ang akong ngalan sa babaeng tinaptapan ug talandugong pahiyom. Saning miampo? I surrendered. Miampo is I surrendered. I was defeated by the power. I fell with the name of a woman, blindfolded with a moving smile. Kabutsa, gipa-translate ko nimo ang prompto sa imong poem. Sige. Sa motto, damgo og alimungaw. And then the last book of poetry and the last few items that we are showing you, and this is chinelas nga nalubong sa danaw. Sleepers that are buried in the puddle. Di ko sure butch og motto ang pag-translate. So this is the 4 lines poems that I would like to read to you from this book of poetry by Vicente Buch Bandillo. Sama sa akong palad. Sama sa akong palad, like my palm. Sama sa akong palad. Gumos na ang gihay sa halok nga gisilyo mo sa sulat nga nagpahayag sa imong gugma. Like my palm. Like my palm. The lines are already crumpled, like the kiss that you sealed in the letter that expressed your love. Pasabot na gumos na ang iyang kiss. Masay pasabot ana. So para ni sa 50% to have no dates on February 14. So, trabaho di ay. So you have a date, a work date. So we have so we would like to also we would also like you to know that we have our gift certificates and pamgras. We offer this couple sa vacation, haklok with binisaya. Do we have a picture? Haklok with binisaya massage with herbs, with also hulum kawa. So at Palmgrass, we have our healing heritage. When you have your massage, you get a healing prayer from our modern day babaylanes, our therapist. And of course, if you see me that I'm not stressed, it's because the babaylanes at Aliva Native Massage gives me a therapeutic massage every week. So every week with virgin coconut oil. So so we would like to show you some videos, a video of our massage, our traditional massage at Palmgrass. So this is a video. The first video is not the massage but the kawa. So it's a do-it-yourself video, a video made by the staff at Palmgrass. So it's the kawa ba at Palmgrass. Salamat for that video made by Social Communications Asia's Prospero Lapot. And so it mentions about how our eliminative massage also gets its inspiration for our healing heritage in the Visayas. So we also would like you to know that when I really wanted to get a closer look about our healing heritage. So I went to Siquijor to also see how to really have an interaction with the healers in Siquijor. So I found out that because the one who thought about having the banana leaves as as part of the massage are our therapists in the who helped us conceptualize um, the the sequence of our haklop or native massage with herbs. So when I went to Sikor, I found out that in one of the healers was using banana leaves for me because she was saying I had lots of panuhot. So she was already 98 years old. The healer, the old woman was 98 years old. And she got while she was after she prayed for me and then she went to her garden, took a banana leaf and heated it on her stove. So it's already a modern stove. And she would rub it to my here at my chest and at my back. She said I had more panuhot at my back than at my chest. So so that's why we have this. I share this with our young also people here, the Gen Z at Palmgrass, and they made one of our former interns made a reel for this, and this is the video, the reel, a 1-minute video that says bahalag saging, basta labing. So for the couple massage with herbs. But so we would like to show you this.
Pangutana, wanay daghag storya. Dayali diri, sabak kadibi, sabak kadibi, sabak kadibi. Yeah, ish cookie. Wanay daghag storya. Dayali diri, sabak kadibi, sabak kadibi.
So daghang salamat for our Gen Z at Tamgrass who shot that video. Kasi nag-shoot ato. Cellphone ra to no nga camera. So all written and created and edited by the Gen Z at Pamgrass and also acted by the sila yung nag-direct ato di ba and they also chose the song. So they chose the young people at Pamgrass chose the song that a viral song in Cebu, and also they choreograph how to do the dance with the saging. So bahalag saging basta labing. So also, we have this kawa bath at Pamgrass. So we would like to show you. Can we just show the reel or both the video and the reel? Di na makitaan ang reel. So we have this video, do it yourself video, also by the staff of Pamgrass. So this was made because because of the pandemic, we have to do it ourselves. So this is the kawa bath. So daghang salamat for that video edited by our staff at Pamgrass. So we have in that video, if DJ May Dente is one of our performers, vocalists of our songs at Pamgrass. She's also a beauty titleist and also a black belter in karate. So, and the guy there is also a finalist of the Ginoong Pilipinas Cebu, who was one of the Warrior Dagami finalists in our Warrior Dagami of the Warrior Dagami Leon Kilat Dagami portion of the Ginoong Pilipinas Cebu in 2019. So they were here doing the traditional chores of Cebuanos, magtahop, maglubok, and si Francis, no? Is one of those nga maayo, very good in paglubok. so this we are now we have now presented all our items, our heritage items. So Lenny Agravio Alaro says looking forward to meeting you at Pamgrass, and Ferdy says Ma'am Lani is our public schools district supervisor in Taguig City and Pateros who stayed at Palmgrass during a convention on Madrasa last November 2022. Daghang salamat for staying at Palmgrass. I remember that you also joined us in our hybrid event as we launched our Belen nga Kabilin, the 80-year-old Belen that we displayed here at Palmgrass last Christmas. And Rochelle Malasma says, good afternoon, watching from Pateros Elementary School. Daghang salamat, Rochelle, for joining us. So we have shown you all our some of our items. We have more items actually at our Sinugatan Gifts from Cebu, our heritage items. And then we have told you the story about these items, but we have more stories about these items in the future in our upcoming events. And this February 14, we invite you once again to our hybrid event on a Valentine's Day, a special Valentine's Day presentation, retracing the practices of our Visayan ancestors on their sex practices. And in February 2021, we discussed about the power of women in bed and politics 500 years ago. Last year, we discussed about the courtship and music, and even the sex practices of the indigenous peoples today. And also, this upcoming February 14, we would know how the restrictions of physical intimacies during the Spanish occupation triggered the revolts the early revolts in the Visayas during the Spanish occupation. And our resource persons will be one of our resource persons is Dr. 𝐵𝐢𝐿𝐲𝐿𝐼, the Vice President for Academic Affairs of Silliman University. He is also a historian, a commissioner of the National Historical Commission of the Philippines. And another resource person is a heritage, health, and gender advocate, a professor at the University of the Philippines, Cebu, Roxanne Doron. So watch out for our on-site exhibit of these gadgets, of the gadgets of our ancestors for sex in pre-colonial times, and also the descriptions of their practices, of their love-making practices. So join us also in our February 28 event as we celebrate the ikapitong tuig sa Kapihan ni Lumaya, another lami nga event. It's with our culinary heritage experts in Cebu. We will have Chef Richard Xiao of the University of San Jose Recoletos, and we will also have Miss Luella Alex, an author of the book Hikay Culinary Heritage of Cebu. And we will have more events in March and also in April as we celebrate the ikaunom nga tuig sa Palmgrass, the Cebu Heritage Hotel. We will also be celebrating the anniversary of the Battle of 3 de Abril. And on that day, we will have as our resource person, former Cebuano Study Center director, and she will tell us about the women in the revolution in Cebu and also the other heroes in Cebu, the dashing warriors of Cebu like Bonifacio Aranas, Aleja Muñoza, and others on that day on April 3, 2023. So we invite you to April 14 in Iyot ug Gubat, restrictions of physical intimacies in the Spanish period. Daghang salamat ug malipayong pagsaulog sa buwan sa kasing-kasing, buwan sa gugma o buwan natong tanan. So,